Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Behind the Shades. Today, we spoke about the difficulty of raising children when you didn't have a childhood yourself. That's pretty scary because sometimes what we do is we start to compare our childhood to the childhood that we're trying to create for our children. And then that could create animosity, frustration, depression on the children's side because now they're trying to battle a ghost of your past, and no one can ever compete with someone's past, especially if it continues to linger in their current present version of themselves and any future versions of themselves. Because a lot of people think because they didn't have something, once they provide that to someone else, they should be instantly grateful. But if it's someone's baseline to be a certain type of way, to have a certain type of lifestyle, success. For example, if someone grew up always having access to a cell phone, internet, and a car, if we were to go to them and say that, you know what, in my childhood, I didn't have a cell phone, I didn't have a car, they may be able to relate and they may not be able to relate, but it's not that person's fault that they can't because their version of normal is to have these items, whereas your version of normal is to not have those items, but you grew to appreciate it. And that is an interesting dynamic between parent and child, is that sometimes we are very hardworking, we are very dedicated to providing what we didn't have. We forget sometimes to provide them with the appreciation of these things that you are giving them, the understanding, the acknowledgement, because this isn't something that is instilled at conception of the child. They got to be taught, they got to learn it, they got to grow into it. And you look at everything that is changing in the world today, there's a lot of confusion. A lot of people can't handle the obstacles of life like maybe previous generations could. Instead of going outside and being interactive and social with people, they're building their life through the internet, through social media. The person they are in real life is totally different than the person they present themselves online. They have become their avatar. And when you've become your avatar for so long, you forget who you truly are. And some people have forgotten their true identity. They don't know who they were before this. They don't know who they're going to be after this. But what they do know is who they are as of today because they've spent so much time crafting the image that they want to present today that as soon as there's a slight crack in it, their life is turned upside down. And we've heard so many stories of young adults, children, early teenagers taking their own life because they don't have the tools necessary to navigate the slightest indication of adversity, the slightest hint of something going wrong, or worse yet, the slightest hint of being found out that who they are online is totally different than who they are in person. And that's where the balance of being a parent and the child comes into effect. There's a running joke that a lot of people, when they have children, they're no longer becoming their parents, they want to become their friends. They want to party with their child, they want to go to the clubs with their child, they want to get drunk or get high with their child, not knowing that before they can do those things, they are a parent to their child. We need to get back to establishing firm boundaries, not only within ourselves when it comes to being the type of parent or person that we want to be, but within the children that we're raising, within the friends that we keep around us. If we don't treat ourselves with respect and love, then we can't expect other people to treat us in a way that we can't even give to ourselves.